Okay, Mario,
So
tell me your experience with online
I had
dating.
this girl get dropped off at the restaurant when we were meeting, and after the dinner, which wasn't really that bad, but it wasn't really something, it wasn't gonna work out for me. We went outside, and she was waiting for her ride, who she had called 2 seconds before I walked out. So then I just sat there and waited for like almost 45 minutes. So I gave up. I said, well, you know what? If they don't show up, I guess call me. I'll come back and pick you up. Well, it turns out I emailed her after that, and she was actually waiting for a ride from her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
Who she was still friends with, but they had broken up not even a couple of weeks prior to that. So I've learned not to, anybody that says newly single, they really mean newly single.
Was she still gonna trying to get him jealous, or?
You know what? I don't know. I never asked her because I obviously didn't keep in touch with her. I had a very good idea of who I wanted to be with, and
She wasn't it.
that wasn't it. I guess if I needed a carpool ride, I can always call her and her boyfriend. They'll come by and pick me up.
Okay,
So that was bad.
Was that the worst?
That's the worst. Yeah, I've had some rude awakenings on, but not dates.
Rude awakenings.
There's things that
You mean the morning after?
Not really. More like the week after you realize they're not really anything that their profile
Real?
says. So like they'll go to church supposedly, but
Oh, that's why you don't want to go to church anymore.
But they'll just be the ugliest people inside you could ever meet. So, or they'll have a really good job where they make decisions, but they can make a good decision in their life. I had that happen.
What about any long term, any happy endings?
No. It's not really the way to go if you're, if you're lonely. That's not really where you want to go, I think.
So what did you learn about yourself while you were dating?
About myself, I've learned that I have more patience than I thought I did. I've learned that, unlike a lot of guys I know, I won't be able to pretend to be somebody that I'm not just so I can sleep with somebody, because it's just too tiring. I mean, I'm too old for that. I've learned to really read the profiles. I mean, really read them, because a lot of guys. I'm visual, so I like pictures. So a lot of guys would just go to the pictures right away. And, oh yeah, she looks like my type, and that has nothing to do with who they are, really. I've learned that a lot of girls want you to have a degree.
Really?
Even though a lot of the girls I know who married a degree are really miserable. What else did I learn?
What does that have to do with the character and?
Apparently a lot. What I also learned, funny thing, is that if you find somebody on there, when they say I'm a new member, I just joined, they want you to be 5'11", be trim or physically just fit. They want you to have blue eyes or brown eyes or certain kind of hair, or have a degree, but not just a degree in a certain field like architectural or whatever.
Oh, you got a tough crowd, huh?
Right, and then.
But women are men are the same though. With women, they want them to fit and.
No, I think we're just more tracked towards looks, and then everything else falls secondary.
You'll want the Pamela Anderson,
No, I mean I think it's impossible to get that. Besides, she has hepatitis, right? So you don't want that. So they have all these requirements, but then you see them again, because you look at it like, oh yeah, I'm not good enough for her, whatever. So then you see her again 6 months later, and it turns out now you can have a few extra pounds on you. It's okay if you're less than 5'6". You know what you do? It's okay. I mean, as long as you can make your own money. It doesn't matter if you have kids now. I mean, they've gone from never kids too. Well, if he has a kid or two, I can deal with that. They didn't want you to be married before. Now they're okay if you're widowed.
Or changes with the age, the longer you're out there.
I don't think it's the age. I just think it's just maybe bad dates, or, maybe they're not getting as much response from people as they would. I mean, I know if somebody wants somebody that has a PhD, I'm not even going to try, because in a way that's talking them into settling, and I don't want them to, at some point wake up and go like, what am I doing with this guy?
Wow.
And, I don't think anybody wants to do that. So, but anyways, it's funny because you see a gradual decline on the expectations, and then if you really wait a long time, then you might be able to catch them, even if you're on a wheelchair or missing an eye, which is amazing because they wanted the Abercrombie and Fitch guy, and
they're not real. They're gay.
That is funny.
They're gay.
Is funny. I don't know. I think it's.
So, well, did you have any fun with it, or?
Yeah, I guess gives you something to do. I met a few people that I've actually became friends with. We figured it wasn't going to work from the get-go, but at some point they needed a tire changed, or they needed to move or something. So it turned out that nice guy that just didn't work out with will be a good guy that can help them move, and I've done stuff like that. But anyways, I've had friends now for like almost 10 years that I met on Match or some other website, and they're really, I don't know, it's good. Oddly enough, I'm still single and they're still single after 10 years. So
wow, you need to rewrite the profile.
I don't know that the online dating really works. You see the commercials and it says so and so met and a year ago, and now they're married.
Yeah, that's not like the -1% though.
You know what? I don't know. I really feel like I'm out of the loop, I guess. Sometimes girls. Well, let me take that back. Sometimes people.
You're on film. You're on camera.
Anyways, yeah, but you're gonna edit.
Be nice. I can use it against you.
Sometimes that's okay. I have a lot of videos that people can use against me. Sometimes they have an idea again of who they want to be with, and it just I don't really think they have an idea. I think that maybe society or their friends having somebody like that.
Fantasy.
Well, somewhat. I mean, I'm somewhat realistic about expectations. I mean, you get that with time, but I'm also like more. I kind of know more of what I want now than maybe I did back in my 20s when I was, starting to date. So
I realize that the looks are not everything, huh?
Well, no, the looks are everything. No, yeah, they are everything. But that can
even if there's no brains.
Well, like I think an average guy is like a 10-year-old. Like we all get distracted by shiny stuff, but after a while it doesn't look so shiny. So
doesn't rattle anymore.
Right. So you kind of want some substance. You want to have chemistry, and I don't know how chemistry will come from a degree or a certain religion or certain race. Like I have an accent, and some people might think, well, that's not something I want to deal with, and some people might not think that way. It depends. I mean, I've always been told by more than a few people that I'm not really their type, but that is after they gotten to know me, and maybe they have feelings for me or something. They say, "Well, I never did anybody like you," and that's always
nice.
that's always a that's always a well, it's sometimes you see women. Okay,
here comes.
Sometimes you see people, I guess men as well. I'm not looking for men because I kind of focus on women. Maybe if I look for men, I can just have my pick. But sometimes women have a kid or kids. They want a nice guy. They want somebody that is not going to use profanity in front of their kids. Somebody that's probably not going to touch their kids when they're not at home. But all these women would never look at you if they had no kids, because maybe they will want somebody, they're off with the guy on the Harley, or or a lot of girls, for what I hear, a lot of girls want a bad boy, and you can't be a bad boy and have a mortgage payment. I gotta tell you, because you gotta make the mortgage. So, you gotta think ahead, don't do a lot of dumb stuff. But anyway, the reason why I know they would never talk to you if they didn't have kids is because at some point you kind of get to meet the father of the kids, and that guy is completely,
bad boy.
Million years away from who you are.
Wow.
I don't have any tattoos or piercings, and I don't have a criminal record, and I'm Hispanic, so I'm a rarity. I am. I don't have any kids.
You're clean? No.
I'm clean. I got all my shots. My therapist says I'm a great catch. But I do pay her to see her, so I don't know how truthful that is. But overall, you learn some stuff, and you learn to be more patient, and you learn that sometimes it's pointless.
What part?
Well, a lot of times you see somebody and you kind of go like, yeah, why not? Yeah, maybe she doesn't mean exactly what she says. Or you know what, flat out, maybe she doesn't know what she's talking about. I don't know.
So wait, will you do it again though? Would you get out there on online, or that's not your type of meeting people anymore?
No, I'm thinking about getting a dog. And I'm thinking about getting a dog, which I've actually wanted. I've read some profiles and they say, if you have a dog, it's a plus. And I'm thinking, well, if I have a dog, what would I be dating? I'd be completely busy. I don't know. That's tough. I don't think I will. I don't think I would.
It didn't work out for you.
No, I think when you're younger, you kind of see things in there, and you kind of want to try them anyway. Like maybe there's somebody that doesn't look like you'll click with, but you go, why not? I'll do it. But I think when you get older, you just don't want to waste time on things that won't go anywhere. I mean, I guess if you're getting on to just hook up with people and maybe sleep around, I think it's good for that. But if you have like a tunnel vision, like I do sometimes on what I want, you kind of go through profiles and you go like, oh, no. And then sometimes you find somebody that, because now I read the profiles. So.
Not just the pictures?
Yeah, so,
But it's funny because, maybe when we were younger, there were a lot more options, and now it's like, ew.
Well, even if they're not your cup of tea, you still give it a shot because, what do they know? They don't know you. They're going to totally fall for you, so what does it matter? But, with time you realize that it's too much work. It really is. I mean, it either works or it doesn't. It shouldn't be that hard.
Nope.
And if they're putting on their profile that, well, you got to have a degree or, you got to be whatever.
Yeah, but
then you just take that.
At the end, it doesn't matter, though.
Well, no, it doesn't. Yeah. But you take that as, okay, well, I'll look for somebody else. Because I'm not, she wants me to be fit, beautiful, and rich. So, I'm 2 out of 3. But I'm not about to make her, I don't want to do a sales pitch to date somebody. Like, hey, you know what? I'm not exactly what you want, but, sometimes people think too highly of themselves, and then sometimes you gotta know how to read what they're putting. Like, it's like real estate talk. When somebody says, oh, this house is so cozy, it basically means it's small. But, on the real estate lingo, it's cozy. If it says it's in an up-and-coming neighborhood, that just means it's in the ghetto. It's not up-and-coming. It's just...
Okay, no real estate bashing.
They're telling you that because they want you to feel like, you see these things, and like online, you see sometimes women put in there a few extra pounds. Mm-hmm. And you look at their pictures and, well, there's definitely that. But I guess they're just kind of really nice to themselves. I would consider myself...
They're not honest.
I would consider myself stocky or a few extra pounds, maybe. Or average. I would consider myself average. But sometimes women go in there and they put in there that they're slender. They're not. Or this is my favorite, when they're actually chubby, but they put curvy. So you kind of go like, whoa, curvy. And
Sexy.
then, right, so then, or like this is funny too, when they have 10 pictures, and you look at a picture, and then after that there's like nothing but pictures
of
in
friends.
group
Yeah.
with friends.
Where
And you
is
kind of
she?
get to the last one, and you kind of go like, which one is she again? You gotta go back. And it
But I
turns
like
out-
her friend.
But I mean, she's brunette on the first picture, but then somewhere in there she went redhead and then blonde, and then you kind of, at the end you have somebody going like, with like a bottle of beer or something. You kind of go like, well, she looks serious here. What happened, or what took place there?
Bipolar.
Yeah, well, you hope, because then you'll be dating two chicks at the same time, which is gotta be
Two for one.
Yeah, which is gotta be kind of cool, don't you think? I mean, I think the only life that's exciting is a single guy's life, because you just never know. Like, am I in
Yeah, at least
trouble?
your options are open.
Should I call? Is she gonna call me?
So no
You know.
stalkers?
Yeah, I had a couple of stalkers, a restraining order.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Well, how long did you date her?
About a year and a half. Yeah, but the last half of that was me just trying to get away.
You couldn't?
I really mean it. I'm not happy. I really mean this. I'm kind of in a rut here. I'm stuck. I'm in a pickle. Help me. Just stop. Stop following me where I go.
Well, I'm glad that's over.
So yeah, I had that happen.
What about the type that rushes, kind of corners you and want a commitment in a month?
Well, a lot of times you learn that women sometimes have a plan, and they're just waiting for somebody to fit into that plan. And I mean, I know people that did it. I have personal friends that did that, and it just doesn't quite work out. It's better if they don't have a plan and you can just make a plan together, as opposed to 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever that is.
Oh, you're
'Cause
out.
Well, you don't want to feel like you're on a timer, and sometimes it takes a long time to get to know people. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get to know right away what you don't want, and then you don't. But, sometimes they have a plan. It's like a bear trap. Right.
So-
If you walk in it, good luck.
But what's your advice for guys? I mean, didn't it give you like more options right away? At least the power to choose yes, no, next.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Rather than, bar
that's
scene?
just because you want doesn't mean that they would want to. So I mean, it's not because, let's say you're looking for a redhead or a brunette, and then you have 10 to pick from. It's like, hey, I got 10 dates. No, I mean, sometimes, I never like to date more than one person at a time, because, well, again, it's confusing. It gets tiring, and you can't really. I wouldn't want to be comparing one person with another, and then, well, this is a better fit for me, but then she has this. You don't want to. You don't want to confuse yourself from the get-go. I mean, guys are already confused already. I mean, you don't want to make it worse by putting two choices up there. Have you seen that show, The Bachelor? I mean, like, it's crazy. I mean,
A long time ago.
yeah. Well, women are very interesting on Match.com. Yeah, and I have dates where it's like a job application that you're doing, and I had somebody bring out a copy of my profile and just go, it says here that you're open to marriage. So, obviously,
That's a real interview, huh?
yeah.
Oh, what a turnoff. Well,
It's a turnoff because, well,
so overall, you would do it again or no? Don't waste your time. What would you
No,
advise people?
I'm getting too old for that. I think I'm going to try church because I know people that go to church and they're so happy. And
You're making fun of me.
no, not at all. Maybe the Lord is my answer. I don't know.
Oh, you should check Westgate.
See, but isn't that the wrong reason to go to church? I'm going to get out of bed and go see women at church. Aren't you a sinner from the get-go if you do that?
Not unless you keep all your, pants on and your hands in your pockets.
Are you kidding me? How are you gonna do that?
Okay, well, I'm gonna cut this off. I have enough material.